Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Melissa. If you're new here, I almost just spilled that. Whoops. I was taking my thumbnail photo and I was like putting it back and I almost dropped it. But today's video is going to be kind of a casual chit-chatty video. It's all Hoya plants that I have here. I have 6 small Hoya that I need to pot up, and then I also have this polyneura outer variegated. This is the new one that I got. I unboxed it with you guys in a plant tours video and it was looking kind of rough. Even some of the leaves that were turning yellow, they kind of got some of their green color back. So it's perked right back up. I did repot it because it was shipped in moss. So it's like freshly repotted, but I want to propagate it. And then I brought out my original polyneura, the one that's growing mostly all white. And so my reasoning for buying this one was to have propagations for the shop, but I want to somehow combine my original plant. I want to take I don't know, this is like one big section. So I might prop this all up and plant the remaining strand. And with this one, even though I just potted this one up, I don't really know how I'm going to go about it yet. So I'm going to do this one last. But we'll do a ton of propagating so I can make some babies with that. And the Hoya that we're going to pot up are the newer Hoya that I got. These ones I did share with you already. I have these two here that were wish list Hoyas, and then I got a little freebie with that order. And then I also ordered another Hoya here. This is a Hoya Lai Prism. This one you guys haven't seen yet. I did share on my Instagram. I didn't unbox them on there, but I just showed like the new Hoya that I got. And then she was so nice to send so many extra freebies again. This is from Corey. And so she sent me a couple Anthurium seedlings and also 2 little Hoyas that were freebies. And so these I'm going to go ahead and just pot into my mix and everything. I'm excited for those. I think we'll do all of these ones, the small ones first. And I figured while I'm potting up, I have my computer here. I thought I would maybe answer a few questions from the Q&A post that I did probably like a week and a half ago. I'm not going to answer all the questions today or anything. What I'll probably do is just answer a few while I pot up, and then on a different day, because I have a lot of repotting and stuff to do, I'll pick some more questions, pull from here and answer those. I guess wanted some topics to talk about while I repot, so it wasn't just so quiet, or sometimes I feel like I don't really know what to talk about when I do repotting videos. So I figured this would help, like maybe give me some topics to talk about, I guess. So that is the plan for today's video. So I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started here. I'm gonna be potting all the small ones. Like I said, I have the 6 little ones. I'm wondering if I need to move you down a little bit. I probably do. Okay, I moved you back slightly so you can see a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one here, the one that I got recently, the Hoya Lai Prism. I saw a photo of this one earlier this year and I was looking at getting a cutting of it, but I didn't really find any that, again, like weren't super expensive. I mean, this one was still kind of expensive, but I liked that it was already rooted and it already had a growth point. And since I purchased from her before, like I trusted, buying from her. When I saw she posted new plants, I went on to see what she had. And when I saw she had this one, I knew I had to get it from her. And I'm excited for this one because it's such a pretty Hoya, especially when it grows in like with the sun's dressing, the pink and everything. So very excited about that one. And of course, these 2 that were on my wish list, it's still crazy that I have these in my collection right now. They are pushing new growth too. Like look how much that one is growing. This is the Crassio petiolata variegated. You can see it has 3 new leaves in the middle. And this is the Nabawaniensis variegated. And this one's really pretty too, and it's pushing new growth. So I decided to stick them in stratum. They were shipped in like a moss perlite mixture. I honestly probably could have just potted them right up because they did have enough of a little root system that I felt like it would be fine, but I decided to just go ahead and stick them in stratum for the time being until I could get a chance to actually pot them up. And then I have my like aeroid mix here off to the side. That's what they're all gonna go into. I'm gonna do these 2, the wish list ones first, because these are the ones I'm most excited about. And I don't really have a tray to dump my stratum in. I'm gonna use this saucer tray. And I hope you guys are having a good day, whatever day you're watching this on. It is almost the weekend. I'm doing some plant chores tomorrow, some shop chores, and then we have dinner plans on Saturday, and then Sunday starts my order prep and then I'll be packing orders Monday. Yeah, this one didn't even get enough of a little root system. It's still, I mean, it grew in a little bit of roots, but not like a ton of roots. You know what, I should get a little container of water so that I like to rinse the stratum off the roots. Hold on, time out for a minute. I had sphagnum moss in here, but that's okay. We'll use that for the stratum. I didn't want this video to be super long either, because sometimes these chatty videos can take a while to edit and everything, and I'm like, my goal is to try and film some shorter videos, so I'll try and keep this around like the 30-minute mark. There we go. And these two have been living in my IKEA cabinet, and then since the other ones I just got last week, I've been letting them hang out in the window over here, so they've just been getting some like east window light. I have a lot of Hoya propagation to do, but I'm trying not to overdo it. I'm trying to let the props that I have for my shop, I'm trying to go through them so that I'm not getting carried away, and it's a lot of alocasia. I really need to take care of a lot of alocasia because a lot of them are in stratum and I need to get those potted up. So I have I'm gonna be doing a lot of that tomorrow just in my own time. That in there. My fingers are wet because of the water. I need like a dish rag. That's better. I can actually use my finger to touch the dirt without it sticking to me. We got a new refrigerator finally. It was delivered not yesterday, but the day before. So our old refrigerator has been leaking. That refrigerator was going on 9 years old, and we took it with us from our old house, and we had someone try to repair it or fix it, but I guess the seal on the door, I don't know, something about there wasn't a way to fix it or to stop it from leaking, because it would build up so much condensation inside, because it's like the door wasn't sealing on the fridge part properly. On the freezer part it was fine, and so every time we opened the refrigerator there'd be just so much pooling of water inside, and I got to a point where I just couldn't deal with it anymore. Like, I'm so sick of this refrigerator. So we got a good deal on one at Lowe's. I have to get used to the new noise with it because I feel like it runs differently than the old one. I feel like it's a little bit louder. And then it has a different type of ice maker, because our old one, the ice maker was on the outside, and this one's on the inside, but the ice is in the freezer part on the bottom. And we've never had a fridge where the freezer was like a pull-out drawer. We normally just have the 2 doors open and that's it. But we really like it. It fits really well in the space. It is cute. Cutie patootie. I'm trying to think where I should put these in the meantime, because I had these ones in my cabinet. I might put these two and then this one, because I really like, these are the more expensive ones. So I like to care for more expensive ones in my cabinet just because they're ideal conditions and stuff in there. I don't have to really worry about anything that I put in there. I just have to be more mindful that I need to stay on top of watering because it dries a little bit more quickly in my cabinet, like in my actual plant room. And the other ones I'll probably find room for them in my Rhodesta or somewhere over there. I need to go through all my Hoya plants and kind of downsize some, because there's some that I got that were freebies or stuff that was included in orders that I don't really want to keep in my own personal collection. So I need to go through them. I don't know if I mentioned in a previous video or maybe on my Instagram. I think maybe it was my Instagram, but I want to have a shelf just for my Hoyas so I can keep them all together. The root system on that one. It's got a nice little root system. Because I have Hoya over here in my Rhodesta, in my Acrobar, in my other Acrobar, in my Millsbow. They're just everywhere, and I kind of would like to consolidate them into one spot. Because I feel like for me, they are my mealy bug attractors, and if I do get mealies again, I feel like they usually come in through this east window, and that's where I have a lot of Hoya. And I would prefer not to have Hoya in this east window at all. So, I don't know. I just don't know where I'd put a shelf with Hoya. It would have to be out here in the dining room somewhere. But I think eventually, as we kind of redo, well, I want to redo that shop room because, you know, there's a bed in there, and so I can only use the one wall, kind of a wall and a half in there. So eventually I want to take over that entire room for my shop, because I have my desk out here and supplies, and I usually pack at the kitchen table, which works for now because the kitchen table is more my height. I usually stand and pack, and it's easier on my back and stuff. I don't really like to sit and pack orders or anything. So if we get the bed out of there, I want to get flooring put in. I don't want the carpet in there anymore. And then I can get like a new standing table, and then I can move my computer in there. I can just go in there and edit when I have to edit videos. I can have supplies, like all my packing supplies. That my excess supplies are in the garage, but any of the stuff out here I can add on that one wall, and maybe get like one more shelf for plants, because I could really use another shelf. Yeah, I can have the desk maybe in the middle of the room, and then I can kind of put it off to the side when I'm not packing orders. And it would clear up a lot of space out here in the dining room. I think I could get away with a Hoya shelf out here, or maybe put it in the spot that the Rudsta's in maybe. And move the Rudsta. I could move the Rudsta to my shop room. That would actually look really good in there. But yeah, just some projects we want to get done. I want to get that done eventually, hopefully this year. And then what we do is just get like a day bed or something that we can, like if a guest or somebody were to stay over. We were thinking about swapping one of the couches with a day bed eventually. Oh, this one's so pretty. The color on this one's coming in so nice too. With the new leaves and everything, it's so pretty. And then let's go ahead and do this last one in stratum. This is the Lacunosa Bruno tricolor, and I do have a few of these little guys. Oh my gosh, there's a wasp flying at the window. You can't come in here, bud. I dislike wasps so much. This one isn't that rooted. This one was just a cutting. I don't think it had any roots when I got it. Yeah, I don't think it had roots, so that's still a decent little root system in a short amount of time. He's really trying to come in here. He's like smacking in the window. He's like smacking himself. Maybe he sees all these plants from the outside. He's trying to come in. Okay, and this lower leaf here, I'm going to go ahead and rip this off. I forgot I was going to answer some questions already for this video. Let me pull up the questions. I haven't really looked through these that much, so I'll just kind of start at the bottom and then just kind of pick questions that maybe would be some good topics to chat about. And like I said, I'll go back through and answer questions in a different video. Let's see. Thank you for the questions, by the way, and sending those in. Someone asked if I participated in any plant clubs or local gardens, any plans to participate in plant shows. You know, I do want to go to a plant show one year, and I think it'd be really cool to see some pretty amazing plants and meet some people. It's just, I get so anxious, you guys. Like, I have really bad social anxiety, and that, I think that's like my biggest, not setback, but I think that's the reason why it's like preventing me from going. So I hope I can overcome that, because I would like to go one year. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I don't know if I would go as like a guest, or I know you can do it since I have a shop now too. I don't know if going as a vendor would be appropriate. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it. I know there was just the Southeast plant show, the one in, I think, Atlanta. And that one, I mean, Atlanta's only like a 4-hour drive or so for me. So that one's not too far. And then the ones in Florida obviously would be a bit, I think Miami's a bit of a drive, so I'd probably have to fly to that one. Unless I go as a vendor, then I'd have to drive it. But that would probably be a good little drive. I haven't been to Miami before. But locally here, I haven't done like any local stuff. Again, I think it's just the feeling awkward. I don't know. I feel awkward in public sometimes because it's hard to really explain unless you have like social anxiety. If you don't have, like, I'm such a huge introvert and my husband is opposite. He's an extrovert. Like, my husband and I, when we meet people for the first time, I'm more quiet and reserved. I don't really know what to say. I don't really know how to start conversation. And he's the opposite, where he can just have a full-blown conversation with someone and it just comes so like naturally and easy for him. And I just don't know how, I just don't know how he does it, but I just don't know what to say. A lot of the times you'll just see me kind of, I'm just the quiet one. I always observe. Sometimes I think that gets mistaken as being like snobby or stuck up, but it's really not. It's really just like an anxiety thing. I kind of have overcome filming in public a little bit when I film shopping videos. I still get really anxious, and if there's people around me, like I will stop filming and pretend like I'm just looking at plants. I put like my camera down and everything, and I don't know, I just don't like to film when people are around me. So that's why I like when I do go in and film those videos, if no one's in the garden section, I get so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, I actually feel more comfortable and at ease, but the moment someone comes and starts looking, I have to stop. So sometimes I could be at the store for, I don't know, 20 minutes not filming, just looking around until that person decides to leave, and then I'll go back and like restart filming. You guys just don't see that because I cut it out all the time. There is that little cutie. These look so good getting potted up. So these are all, I think, these other ones in like a mossy tree fern. I probably should have watered these. I haven't watered these yet. Yeah, it's like perlite, moss, and tree fern, it looks like. So yeah, I'm gonna work on that hopefully for next year, maybe. But I do really want to go. I think it'd be cool. I always see like, I've seen some people film at plant shows. I've seen like YouTube videos and all the cool plants and everything that are there. So it'd be fun to go one year. Katie asks, do you find it difficult to spend time with your husband because of your hobby and your shop? I have a room full of plants. I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and every weekend I'm in my plant room taking care of it all, which I really love and enjoy, but it takes my whole weekend, and then I find I don't have time for anyone or anything else, and I don't even have a shop. Yeah, it's definitely, I feel like ever since I got into plants as just a hobby in general, but to me more now, it's not really, it still is a hobby, but it's more so work now, because I really, other than like potting up props for the shop and propagating, I really don't do a lot of other stuff off camera. I'm usually waiting to do stuff so I can film and make content. And sometimes by doing that, I do feel I get behind with certain things, but I don't have a lot of free time, especially with the shop now. And it can be hard. Like we try to make time to spend together. And then too, like so his schedule, he doesn't work Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, but he works 4 days out of the house, and then he works from home. Like he works 2 jobs, so he works from home. His days off are Wednesdays and Thursdays and Sundays from his out of the house job. And so when he's home Wednesdays and Thursdays, sometimes I still have to work those days. And so I try not to film on Wednesdays and Thursdays if I don't have to. And I'd rather just do like shop stuff or edit those days. We do spend a little time together, or usually one of those evenings I'll try not to like do stuff. Like say we go out to dinner or our neighbors invite us out and we go out to dinner. In my head, the whole time, I feel like I should be at home working and doing stuff. And I know I shouldn't be like that. I should make doing other things a priority, and I should not feel like I have to work all the time. But we used to have like a date night out of the week, and I kind of want to bring that back because I definitely feel like we haven't been spending as much time together lately. You know, when I was working my bedside nurse job, you know, I'd work 3 12-hour shifts. That's the root system on that one. I'd work my 3 12-hour shifts, and I worked night shift mostly though, so I was really tired all the time, and I didn't feel like doing much on my days off, but I do feel like we spent a lot more time together because, again, I wasn't into plants at that time. And so I didn't really have like a hobby per se. So we'd go watch a movie or go for a hike or do something. And yeah, we haven't really done a lot of that now. And it's kind of too like, I don't know, it's weird. Ever since COVID and working during the pandemic, I feel like I don't even watch TV anymore or movies. So I feel like that interest has kind of changed for me because I don't know, I'll turn a movie on. Sometimes I can watch it all the way through, but other times I find in my head that I'm not interested. And then I start thinking about like work and all this stuff, and I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out my schedule with the shop and YouTube and filming and editing, and that's why I wanted to try a different restock schedule for this month and just see how it goes, because I really do like having a routine and it helps keep me on track. But lately I just feel like some weeks are just all over the place. And when I have weeks like that, it kind of throws me off. Or if something comes up, or I don't know, even like one evening where I had planned to do something and that changes, sometimes it just like throws the rest of my week off. I don't know. But it's hard to figure out like a good routine. But if you working Monday to Friday, I don't know what you do like in your evenings during the week, but maybe what I do too is that since I have like a massive plant collection now, I usually split up watering into different days so that I'm not spending like an entire day watering and stuff. Like I'll do these plants on one day, and then I'll do like my plant room. Usually I'll split my plant room up into a couple days, or I'll just do my cabinets this day. That helps so you're not spending like so much time like over the weekend doing plant care and stuff. Maybe taking like an evening out of the week to do some plant care. It's hard when you start collecting plants too, because I feel like you want so many plants and then you get this huge collection and then you realize like all these plants require so much care and they grow and you have to, you know, repot and propagate and all this stuff. So it can be a lot of work. And so that's why I think finding a good balance in the amount of plants that you can handle and also still have a life outside of like your hobby and job. So I would try and see, maybe move some plant care off the weekend, like during one of the weekdays, try and get some stuff done, or maybe just go through your collection and see maybe what you feel like you might want to downsize or get rid of, just to find like that happy place where you can comfortably do plant care and still enjoy it as a hobby. Yeah, I can definitely understand how that is and how you're feeling and everything. And it's something that I need to work on too, because a lot of the evenings, like I'm editing at the computer, my husband will be like watching TV on its own. And then sometimes I feel bad because I feel like we're in the house together, but we're not really together, if that makes sense. But a lot of the evenings I really do need to edit if I'm doing like recording during the day or I'm doing shop stuff. So it's hard, but it's something I do want to work on too. So that is that one all done. All right, a couple more cuties left here, and then we'll get to the propagation. So I'll probably answer a couple more while we do these last two here. Let's see. Do you see yourself creating your own products like self-watering pots or terrarium kits, partnering with big companies to produce and sell? You know, I don't really know for sure. I feel like I've only been selling plants for a year, and you know, I've been selling my aeroid mix and my pond that I make. I think it'd be kind of cool to have like those kind of 3D printer capabilities at home. It'd be cool to do that kind of stuff and make those kinds of things. So maybe eventually, I don't know. It's hard to really think that far in advance yet because I'm just so focused on like selling plants. I feel like for me too, sometimes I feel like I get overwhelmed very easily if there's too much going on. So I feel like I can only handle a little bit of stuff at once. And if not, my brain I can't focus on all of that. And I don't know. It's hard to really see partnering with bigger companies to produce and sell. I don't know. I've always worked so hard for everything by myself. So the thought of like working with someone else, it's hard to really envision, I guess. And I kind of I don't know. I kind of am partial to not like working with other people, as far as like, that's why like one of the reasons I don't do sponsors or anything like that. I can't help but feel like I'm being taken advantage of a lot of the times, like with the emails I get. I don't even respond to them anymore. Like I'll get companies that want to like partner with me, or they're running campaigns, and I guess it's like after you get so many emails like that from these, you know, other small businesses or companies, it kind of just, they all sound the same. They all use the same wordage. It's not like, I don't know, it doesn't make me want to work with them, because a lot of the times they're offering just free product or, you know, just commission, and they don't really want to pay you fairly, especially, you know, I feel like I've been doing this for a while, and so when someone offers just like a free product and they want me to like promote them, I'd rather just buy something that I like and share it and do that on my own terms, rather than somebody like expecting something out of a gift. Do you know what I mean? Okay, that has quite a bit of roots on there. This is a multiflora wonderfill Hoya. It's got the pretty silver. And then I've also thought about YouTube as well, and You know, as for right now, I still want to continue to do YouTube along with the shop, but if I'm constantly feeling like too overwhelmed each week, continuing to do both, I'm gonna have to figure out like a better upload schedule, or maybe just upload a couple videos less a month, or just focus more on selling plants. I don't really know yet, but I definitely want to, I feel like I want to be in this for the long haul, and I don't want to burn myself out. I'm just kind of going with the flow of things and just trying to enjoy, you know, being able to do this, because I do feel so lucky and so grateful to be able to have this as my job right now. There is that cutie. And this one was gifted too. This is a Parviflora splash. So I'm probably end up just going to be getting rid of this one. Let's pick one more. Okay, do you own alocasia with the excuse it's for the shop? And if you do, how often do you go corm hunting on them? Only on repots, or do you do it X amount of times per year, etc.? When you corm hunt, is it a thorough check? A repocket before turning upside down and shaking it like it owes you money type search? Or just take whatever you can see without disturbing the roots too much? Oh wait, there's more. I heard quite a few people corm hunt every 3 months-ish, but that doesn't seem like a lot of trauma in a very short amount of time if they are stripping it back to bare roots every time. For me, I feel like because I got so many new plants, you know, once I opened my shop and everything, I feel like I haven't really had too much opportunity to corm dig that often, because I feel like I'm so busy with so much other stuff. I do want to go corm digging on my pink black velvet again, because I think I did that one maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. But for me too, plants that I get to grow out like pups from or corms from, I don't want to, I still love the plant and I don't want to jeopardize the mother plant just to risk, I don't want to risk it just to sell it. Like I don't want it to go downhill and everything, if that makes sense. I still want to have like a beautiful mother plant, because for me, when I corm dig, I just kind of gently look in there, massage the roots, and unless it's like really old or it's really compacted and I really want to like get in there and look for corms, then I will. Like when I separated my heterophylla and downsized it, I found like 10 or 12 corms, and I kind of went into all the nooks and crannies, I guess. But like my pink black velvet, I don't really need to upsize it, so I'll probably just gently look for corms that I can find, but I don't want to like go crazy and disturb it and stress it out or anything. Some of the alocasia, oh, I want to do my Regal Shield Albo again too. I haven't done that one in a while, and that one honestly could probably use an upsize, so I really want to go corm digging on that one. So I'll probably do that soon as well. I'll probably have like an alocasia day again. But I also want to keep plants that I really do enjoy growing, because if I don't enjoy growing it, then I don't really want to keep it in my collection. Like if it's really hard to propagate and it's not really happy, then I don't want to hang on to it, I guess. So I want to be able to sell plants that I like growing and I like propagating and stuff like that too. All right, there is that one there, all potted up. And so we have 6 little plants here. I'll water those at the end. So yeah, I think that'll be it for the questions for today. And I will go back through them and answer more for like a different repotting video. Gosh. Because I need to focus on what I want to do with this polyneura. So we have this one and this one. So what do we want to do? I definitely feel like I want to pot these up together and take cuttings. So it's just this white growth is just not really growing. It's just like two strands on this original one that's so white. Look at that. It's really pretty though. I guess I want to prop this one back, take these cuttings, and then repot this in with this. Oh, there's a ladybug. Hi, ladybug. I do like the half moon side on this one, but I'm worried, is it going to be too much white to keep as like my own mother plant? Or maybe I'll prop like, I don't know. I don't know what I should do. Maybe I should prop some of this half moon. So this strand here is all half moon, so I can cut this one. Why don't we do this? I'm going to cut this one back to the last node here, right here. Okay. And then what I am going to do is take individual node cuttings when I do these props. I used to take longer props, like I would do like even 6 leaves, and you know, once the new growth come in, I would sell it. But if you want to have a shorter time in between selling it, you could do longer cuttings, but I would rather just do 1 node. That way you get more plants for the same amount of plant, if that makes sense. And you just have to wait longer before you can sell it, because you have to wait for it to grow like a decent amount. I am gonna leave this one as a 2 leaf. I don't like to leave the end one as a separate cutting. I mean, I could. Should I? You know what, I'm gonna cut this one again. So once these start growing like 2 set of new leaves, then I'll probably look at listing them. But I want to stick these all in like a big thing of perlite and let them root up. I'll probably do like 3 cuttings in a cup, and then I'll pot them all up separately. This one here, I feel like I want to go ahead and cut this one as well. I'm going to cut this one before this last node here. Same thing, we're going to do individual cuttings. We have a new node here that's growing. I don't know if I want to mess with that one just yet because it's just now starting. I kind of want to sell a couple of these half moons. Tell you what, I want to cut before this half moon here. I'm going to cut above. Okay, and so that's all I'm going to cut on that one. It's so short now. And then I'll pot these up together. I might cut some on that strand too, but I might wait because I don't want to be overrun with a ton of propagations. So we're going to do a couple of those like that. Part of me wants to cut this variegated one back to like this node where it was doing half moons. I like want to cut the white back, you know, to like where it had green. I kind of want to do that, although the green, there's a white node here growing, which I can leave, but I want to try and promote more green with this one. Should I do it? Should I cut this? I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it here. It's done. It's done. Oh, look, it was even growing another all white node. I didn't even see that. What the heck? And what I'm going to do is root this up separately, and I will plant it back in. If this can sustain itself, it has like one green leaf. But I'm hoping that this node will shoot out with some green. And this one here, oh, I don't know if I want to cut this one yet. I'm going to wait to cut this anymore. So we'll pot these up together. And then, yeah, we have a lot of propagations to take. And then I can always take more propagations once these actually grow. So I'll set these all up in perlite. This one we'll do in a separate thing in perlite. And I'll probably add this back in to it. And let's go ahead and pot these together in a 5-inch. I don't really want to disturb them too much, especially this since I just potted it up. But I do want to go ahead and get it in here with the other one. Okay. Squeeze that down in there. And we'll just backfill. So now we have our bigger plant that will grow in several spots, especially where I cut on this side. I'll have at least 4 growth points that will restart, and then maybe some extra nodes will grow up out of that. And then once this one actually roots, I would love to be able to go ahead and just plant this down in here, but it doesn't have any roots. I'll let it root first. I don't want to take a chance of it dying. A couple of these gaps here in the front. Oh yeah, she looks nice. Oh, she pretty now. Look how full she is. So we'll give her a water, let her settle in and grow more. I'll have to find a new pot for this one. And I'm gonna grab a couple cups and some perlite and we'll get these propagations set up. A little bit of perlite. And this propagation, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that leaf. Don't know what's gonna happen with this, but hopefully it roots up okay and I can just plant it back in there. I'll have to water that so it stays in there. All white one. And then for these, all these cuttings, I'm just gonna do in 2 cups, I think. Or maybe 3, we'll see. So there's 11 propagations that I will be able to grow 11 plants from. Leaves down. That one. And then we'll do these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like polyneura roots up pretty easily too, so these will get started growing. As soon as they start rooting up, I'll pot them in my tree fern and perlite mix. I used to prop directly in it, and for Hoya, a lot of them rooted right up and it was fine, but I lost some of them, like some of them would rot away, and it saves space too in order to have like multiple cuttings like this instead of like 11 individual cups, do you know what I mean? So I'd rather them root first, and if any rot, I can just go ahead and toss them, and then I'll pot the healthy plants up. Even though it's like an extra step, I don't know, I feel like I really like the perlite, and it moves me away from using so much stratum as well. I haven't used a lot of stratum just for like alocasia corms and stuff, and some like new Hoya props I will put in stratum. Add a little bit more in here. Yeah, I have been really liking perlite to root in. 1, 2, and 3. Hi, sleepy girl. She just waking up from her nap. It's late, girlfriend. It is 3:34. I think it's because she was awake for a while this morning. Like she didn't lay down like she normally did. I usually try to leave like an inch of water in these. And these don't have roots yet, so I'm just using regular water, but then once they start rooting, I'll add my nutrients in there. Ooh, and then I'll have a little trellis to use for one of these guys. Okay, that one, and that one. All right, and then for these, I'm gonna quickly add some nutrients. Just a little bit. There. All right, that is it for the video today. So I'll have lots of props to grow out, which I'm excited for. I'm excited for this to grow back. And then obviously all these cute ones to start growing, especially this one. I love this one so much. So I'll find a spot for these. These will go in the prop room. This will go back in my east window. It's gonna be a big pot for where it was, but I'll have to find, at least get a saucer tray because I don't think I have any more big pots left. And then those will go in my IKEA cabinet, these three. And then these three I'll probably fit into my Rhodesta or the Acrobar. I'll find a spot for them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully this was like around 30-ish minutes. It wasn't too long of a video. But yeah, thank you for your questions. I'm definitely going to answer more in a future repot video because like I said, I have a ton of repotting and stuff to do. Maybe for like an alocasia care day I can answer some because yeah, I have a lot to kind of repot and separate and everything. So I think that'll be good to do for that video. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed and I will talk to you here soon.